Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Maniac Monday. I hope each and every one of you are happy to see my face because I am definitely happy to see each and every one of yours. Um, I hope I hope each and every one of you had a great weekend. Mine was nice and fun actually. I found a movie that I got to finally watch, and I'm going to review it probably tomorrow. It's not a terrible movie because normally I like to do bad movies on Tuesday, but it is not a terrible one. It is really good, actually. Not what I was expecting, but still very, very good. Very artsy in ways. Saw things that I've never seen in film before, which is really cool. Now on to today's movie. Today's is a badass one. It's from 2007, and this is the extended director's cut of it. So it's running about an hour and 37 minutes, give or take the credits. And there are some dull spots in this movie. I'm not gonna lie, where it drags and it gets a little dull, but they were spots where they needed to be because it's backstory for our protagonist, our main villain that we have in this film, which is our main character, who is what we are here for, the main event, the main attraction. He is very cool, very awesome. And this is starring Georgia Chris, who plays. She plays pretty. Your main girl. She's pretty good in it. Not really what I would say top notch material as far as acting wise, but she's decent. I would like to see her more in a supporting role type part. I think she would do much better than the starring gig. And then you got along with her, you got Joe Davison, and they both play. They're kind of like private eyes almost. They work for like a National Enquirer type newspaper, and they go along and try to find weird things just like that. And they there's part things that are urban legend type things that do happen in this film, at least as far as the story wise goes. Very cool stuff. And then you got Raine Brown, who is always great in everything she's in. I always enjoy seeing Raine. As a matter of fact, last week I reviewed Barricade, which is another film that she was in with Joe Zazo, Timo Rose film, which was awesome. Lots and lots of gore, much like this one. Lots and lots of gore gags. And then you got Jack Amos playing Gertie the Clown, which it's a voiceless character, but one that is very has one hell of a screen presence. And this is none other than can turn it around here. 100 Tears, directed by Marcus Koch, who is a madman when it comes to special effects. The guy does no wrong, in my opinion, when it comes to effects. Some of the craziest things I've seen in film are from him and his work. What is it? American Guinea Pig 1 and 2, boy. And then he did the effects for Song of Solomon as well with Jeremy Cruz, which is just amazing special effects. Now, onto this one. What is it about? Let's see. Gertie's character, he is basically a urban legend type character, but real. He was wrongfully accused of some crimes back in the day. He'd get some exact revenge on all those that accused him of it, and there's a whole love story quarrel to that you add to that as well. The backstory it's okay, it's one of those things, like I said, it has to be there, but it's not the best delivery, I'll just say that. I think it was mostly the acting. It had nothing to do with directing or writing, in my opinion. I feel like, I feel like the storyline could have gone a little smoother as far as the acting goes. Um, you got one character in here named Drago, who is one of my favorite characters. Besides Gertie, Gertie is awesome. He's up there with Art the Clown and Captain Spaulding when it comes to killer clowns. I really really enjoy them and this one. Awesome stuff. But where was I gonna go? Gertie the Clown. He or Drago. Drago's character he's this little person that is one of the people that gives you the backstory to Gertie. There's this amazing little foot race chase between him and Georgia and Joe Davison's character, and it is just absolutely hilarious in my opinion, because you get to see some things in there that will make any normal person kind of giggle a little bit, just because it is kind of silly. Mostly because if you watch them running, Drago's character, being a little person, he's got such a shorter stride than both Joe and George's character have. And they cannot catch this guy. They lose him every time they turn around. At one point, they lose him altogether, and he's hiding. They eventually talk him out to come out and to tell him the story of Gertie, and why are they so scared to talk about him, and what's so taboo about him. Very very cool. Now, I don't want to give away too much more as far as storyline, because you fast forward it and he's back again. You get treated to a nice psychopath, a second psychopath with Raine Brown's character. She is a killer who uses a straight blade, which is a straight razor that barbers use for shaving. Speaking of barbers, I used to be a barber, and that's what I use. I would do shavings when I went through the school. Not so much in my shop when I had that, because they were too time consuming, and plus you got to carry extra insurance just to have a straight blade in your shop, or at least here in Iowa it is, which is kind of weird. I never quite understood that, but anyways, she carries a straight blade. There's a magical scene with her, and she meets this dude in a bar, and instead of the cliche them go out back and she gives the guy a oral compensation, a mouth hug. Instead of that, it goes the other way around, and she's the one receiving the oral pleasure. That you don't really. It normally doesn't go that route. It usually goes the other way around. Like I said, with the guy, the cliche guy and girl type thing, which was kind of cool to see it go against the grain. That is, I think that's your first victim that you get to see from Raine Brown's character. She is a very vicious psychopath. She kind of reminds me of Harley Quinn in ways, but not the same, but in the same in ways, if that makes any sense. There are some similarities. Now, as far as what I would do for is any kind of rating on this one, on the 1 through 5 for a technical side, this one it's okay when it comes to technical ability. Marcus is not a bad director at all. I think he definitely has an eye for film, and he can direct good films. Being I've seen this and Bloodshot, and I'm trying to think if I've seen any others. I have Bad Blood, but I have yet to watch it. It's on my to-do list. Maybe I'll eventually review that one. That'd be awesome. All right, yeah. Which, by the way, if I ever meet Marcus, I hope I get to get this petty little release that I have, which is the Unearthed Films release, by the way. And it does have a reversible cover art. I forgot to show you guys that. Pretty cool. I like it. Not as cool, not as much as I like the live action Gertie on the front. It looks more like a real picture, but that looks fake as can be. Anyways, but that's cover artwork. Artwork is always awesome looking or at least in horror films, it's almost always awesome, except for big budget mainstream where they do the floating heads and stuff like that. Kind of boring. Back to the rating on this one. Like I said, Marcus has an eye for directing. It's there. Bloodshot is by far his best film, in my opinion, followed by this. I really can't say a lot because they're the only two films of his that I've seen that I can think of off the top of my head. I might have seen something else of his and just don't remember. Anyways. Acting is okay. It's, George's character, I feel, is a little subpar. She's not what I would say a star, the main star. She would be great as a supporting character, a co-star type actress instead of your lead. And much like Joe Davison as well, they both have charisma, or not charisma, chemistry together. They both have chemistry, and it does work. I just don't like. I'm having a hard time grasping them to be your main attraction for a film, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna give it a 3 on that side. You know, it's middle of the road. It's not terrible. It's not great as far as the technical side goes. Now, let's get over to the entertainment side of things. Yes, it is very, very good. I really like it. There is some awesome gore. You get awesome gore and awesome gore and awesome gore, and you get a killer clown with a giant meat cleaver. You get a handicapped girl getting decapitated and shoved down the stairs. Handicapped as in a paraplegic in a wheelchair. Caught me by surprise. You usually don't see that in films. The only other film that I can think of where they did something bad to a wheelchair person was Friday the 13th and Dead Snow Part 2. Very, very funny in Dead Snow Part 2. I really enjoy those movies. Someday I'll review those, especially the first one. So let's give this one on the entertainment side a 3. So it's middle of the road again. Its big saving grace is the gore. The story it's okay. It could be better. It could be way, way worse. I've seen much worse when it comes to clown films. I've seen stuff like Clown Town and Fear of Clowns and what is it, the Clown Murders, which I don't count that as a clown movie just because it has the name clown in it. It doesn't really, and it's not a horror movie. Come on, folks. I don't know why it constantly gets lumped into the horror movie genre. It's not. So we got a 6 overall for this one. I would say that's a pretty good rating. It's above average. One that I feel should be checked out. Unearthed fans, you better own it. You need to have this in your set because this is that good to be part of the Unearthed label. I love their label, and I can't say enough good about them. Looking forward to the Gutterballs release. Alright guys, I'm going to put that down. I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'm at 14 minutes. I'll see you tomorrow. Like I said, I got a great one for you tomorrow. If I brought that up, I don't know. It's one that I've been wanting to see for years, and I finally got to see it the other night, and I'm excited to review it for you guys. Alright y'all, love your faces, and peace as always.